There are compact SUVs that simply get you from one place to another, and then there's the 2026 Mazda CX-30, a small crossover that looks like it wants to be a sports car when the road gets interesting. But with a refined design, an upgraded driving experience, standard all-wheel drive, and up to 250 horsepower, could this be one of the most exciting compact SUVs of 2026? Hi everyone, welcome back to Motor Zone YouTube channel. Today, we're taking a close look at the 2026 new Mazda CX-30, a crossover that continues to prove you don't need a massive SUV to get style, technology, comfort, and genuine driving excitement in one package. Mazda has taken the familiar CX-30 formula and added some important improvements for the 2026 model year, including updated dampers, a brake-limited slip differential, and an available turbocharged engine that can deliver serious performance. And the interesting part is that the CX-30 doesn't try to look overly aggressive or complicated. Instead, Mazda continues with its elegant design philosophy, giving this compact SUV a smooth, athletic appearance that looks expensive without trying too hard. Walk around the front, and the first thing you notice is that unmistakable Mazda face. The grille is wide and carefully integrated into the front fascia, while the surrounding design gives the vehicle a confident and planted appearance. The signature Mazda styling elements create a recognizable identity, but the CX-30 remains sophisticated rather than flashy. The LED headlights add another layer of personality. They're slim, modern, and sharply shaped, giving the front end a focused look. LED daytime running lights help create a distinctive lighting signature, while the available lighting technology makes the CX-30 feel considerably more premium than its compact dimensions might suggest. Move toward the side, and the proportions become one of the vehicle's biggest strengths. The CX-30 sits between a traditional hatchback and a larger crossover, giving it a low, athletic stance while still offering the elevated driving position people expect from an SUV. The body lines are clean rather than exaggerated. Mazda uses flowing surfaces and carefully sculpted panels to create movement even when the vehicle is standing still. The roofline gently slopes toward the rear, while the pronounced wheel arches give the crossover a stronger road presence. Depending on the trim, you can get different wheel designs, including available 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels. Higher trims add more premium finishes, while special versions such as the Carbon Edition bring a sportier appearance with darker exterior details. And that's something Mazda has always understood: small details can completely change the personality of a vehicle. The rear continues that understated approach. LED combination taillights give the CX-30 a clean nighttime signature, while the rear bumper and sculpted bodywork keep the crossover looking wide and stable. It doesn't scream for attention, but when you see one on the road, you immediately know it's a Mazda. Now open the door, and this is where the CX-30 starts feeling like something more than just another compact crossover. The cabin is one of the strongest parts of the entire package. Mazda has focused heavily on creating a driver-oriented environment, with controls positioned logically and materials designed to give the interior a more premium atmosphere. The front seats are shaped to provide support without sacrificing comfort, and the driving position feels natural. You sit high enough to get a good view of the road, but low enough to retain that connected feeling that Mazda drivers appreciate. Depending on the trim, you can choose from cloth, leatherette, leather, or more distinctive interior treatments. The higher-level models can bring features such as leather-trimmed sport seats, special trim finishes, and premium materials that make the cabin feel surprisingly upscale for this segment. The 2026 CX-30 can seat up to 5 people, although like most vehicles in this class, the rear seats are best suited to passengers who don't need limousine levels of legroom. Up front, however, there's plenty of space for the driver and front passenger, with Mazda paying close attention to ergonomics and visibility. Cargo capacity is also practical. With the rear seats upright, the CX-30 offers 20.2 cubic feet of cargo space, and folding those rear seats expands capacity to as much as 45.2 cubic feet. That means groceries, luggage, backpacks, camera equipment, or weekend trip essentials can all find a place inside. Technology is another area where the 2026 CX-30 feels modern. Depending on the trim, you can get a larger 10.25-inch center display, while Mazda Connect provides access to infotainment functions in a clean and straightforward layout. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration are available, with wireless connectivity offered on selected trims. There's also Alexa built-in on most versions, allowing compatible functions to be controlled using your voice. Mazda Connected Services adds remote features through the My Mazda app, including the ability to monitor vehicle status and remotely start the engine, with a complimentary trial included. And if you're someone who enjoys music while driving, higher trims can offer a Bose 12-speaker premium audio system that transforms the CX-30 into a surprisingly enjoyable little mobile concert hall. The technology isn't just about entertainment either. Mazda has packed the CX-30 with driver assistance systems designed to make everyday driving easier and safer. Features can include Mazda Radar Cruise Control with stop and go, smart brake support, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, high beam control, and other monitoring systems. Higher trims can also add features such as a 360-degree view monitor and cruising and traffic support, which can provide additional assistance during longer drives. But here's where the CX-30 really separates itself from many competitors. It's not just about how the cabin looks. It's about how the vehicle feels when you're actually driving it. The standard 2026 CX-30 is powered by Mazda's naturally aspirated 2.5-liter Skyactiv G4-cylinder engine. It produces 186 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque, giving the compact crossover enough muscle for everyday city driving, highway cruising, and quick overtaking. The engine is paired with Mazda's 6-speed Skyactiv drive automatic transmission, and the combination is tuned to feel responsive rather than lazy. There's also a sport mode and manual shift functionality, allowing the driver to become more involved when the road gets interesting. For 2026, Mazda has made some important changes underneath the CX-30. Updated dampers are designed to improve ride comfort, while a new brake limited slip differential helps improve traction and stability. The CX-30 also benefits from Mazda's G-Vectoring Control Plus technology, which makes subtle adjustments to engine torque and braking during steering inputs. The goal isn't to make dramatic changes that you can easily notice. Instead, the system is designed to make the vehicle feel smoother and more controlled. And then we get to the version that performance fans will want to talk about. The available 2.5-liter Skyactiv G turbo engine takes the CX-30 to another level. With premium 93-octane fuel, it produces up to 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. Even on regular 87-octane fuel, the turbo engine delivers 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That is a serious amount of torque for a vehicle of this size. The turbo engine delivers its maximum torque between roughly 2,000 and 2,500 revolutions per minute, which means the CX-30 can respond strongly when you press the accelerator from low speeds. Whether you're merging onto a highway, passing slower traffic, or simply accelerating away from a traffic light, the turbocharged model has a much more aggressive character. And because this is a Mazda, performance isn't only about straight-line acceleration. The CX-30 is designed around the idea that driving should actually be enjoyable. The steering feels precise, the chassis is agile, and the compact dimensions make the vehicle easy to place on the road. Instead of feeling like a tall crossover that happens to have a powerful engine, the CX-30 maintains a relatively athletic character. All 2026 CX-30 models in the US lineup receive Mazda's iActive all-wheel drive system as standard, along with off-road traction assist. The AWD system continuously monitors conditions and can shift power where it's needed, helping provide additional confidence when roads become slippery or uneven. Fuel efficiency is also respectable. The naturally aspirated 2.5-liter models with AWD are rated at up to 24 miles per gallon in the city, 31 on the highway, and 27 combined. Turbo models are rated at up to 22 city, 30 highway, and 25 combined, depending on configuration. So this isn't a vehicle designed to win a drag race, but it offers a very appealing balance between performance and everyday usability. And that balance might be the biggest reason to consider the 2026 Mazda CX-30. You get the practicality of a crossover, the footprint of a compact vehicle, the comfort of a well-equipped daily driver, and the driving character of something considerably more entertaining. The starting price for the 2026 CX-30 2.5S is around $26,375 in the US, while the lineup stretches into the high $30,000 range for the Turbo Premium Plus. That gives buyers plenty of room to choose between affordability, luxury, technology, and performance. At the end of the day, the 2026 Mazda CX-30 doesn't try to be the biggest SUV in the parking lot. It doesn't need 3 rows of seats, an enormous body, or an overcomplicated design to make an impression. Instead, it focuses on the things that matter when you actually live with a vehicle: attractive styling, a comfortable and premium-feeling cabin, useful technology, practical cargo space, confident traction, efficient power, and above all, enjoyable driving dynamics. The naturally aspirated engine is already capable enough for most buyers, but if you want something genuinely exciting, the turbocharged CX-30 is the one that deserves your attention. With up to 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, it gives this compact crossover a personality that many competitors simply don't have. The 2026 Mazda CX-30 is proof that a compact SUV doesn't have to be boring. It can be stylish without being excessive, practical without feeling ordinary, comfortable without becoming disconnected, and powerful without becoming impractical. So, if you're shopping for a compact crossover that can handle the daily commute during the week and still put a smile on your face when the road opens up on the weekend, the 2026 Mazda CX-30 deserves a serious look. And that's what makes this Mazda so interesting. It doesn't simply transport you to your destination. It tries to make the journey part of the experience. If you enjoyed this look at the 2026 new Mazda CX-30, make sure you like this video, subscribe to MotorZone, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next car review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.